good to know. Our good mate Joe asks, what is the biggest spray we've had in our career, Matho? Biggest sprays that I've ever had. But in the AFL, many behind closed doors. Now, there was a little bit inside in the last couple of years, it's like the cameras following clubs and their coaches. I just want to play just a little snippet for you, just to jog your memory, see if you've got any sprays that might be lined up. So have a look at the big screen, mate, and we'll just jog your memory, see if you know any sprays that you can remember.
Fucking hell! Fuck!
Man the fuck up!
You play a Richmond fucking style of game. Get it done! Smashed our fucking mids all fucking summer.
Fuck me!
Fuck! Minus 24 contested. What the fuck?
Big Stewie Jew, he loved the spray.
Yeah.
He had the lollies and the spray.
At the time, they're terrifying, but every time you watch it back with people, fuck, they're funny.
I don't think people realise how many sprays are actually given out during the season alone, let alone if you're a team that's not winning games. You are copping it left, right and centre.
They're terrifying.
Do you have any that stick out in your 8-year career that might have just been like, fuck boys, I'm a bit embarrassed here? Could have been in-game, could have been in team meeting.
I do. I have two. I'll keep them pretty quick, but there was one we were getting pants.
Yeah.
Playing on the Goldie.
Early days, surely.
Not early.
Oh, not early days.
Right,
Gold Coast put one over us.
No, it was in Goldie versus St Kilda.
Oh, yeah. COVID.
And I won't mention who, but I'm going back in the rooms. They've pulled out the stat sheet. They're having a look. They've looked at me and gone,
the stat sheet.
What the fuck? You're meant to be our energy guy. You've got 4 fucking touches. And I'm sitting there like in front of this whole group like, don't say anything, like cop your spray.
You just cop it.
He's like, mate, you're our energy guy. You're meant to be doing this and that. You carry on. And then they've gone, what are you doing? And I said, I just come on the ground. I'm the sub. And then he goes, oh, fuck, that's fair enough, but come on.
Oh, no.
So
he's put it on you and you're a sub. You just come on the ground.
I just come on and I hadn't had enough.
He just looked at the bottom of the sheet and gone, Reece Matheson, 4 touches.
He was so heated, he obviously hadn't realised. And I thought, fuck, don't say anything. Like, the worst thing is to say something back. You know, you cop it.
Oh, mate, you don't say anything.
But then he said, like, what are you doing? Yeah. And he eyeballed me. I said, I've just come on the sub.
Oh, no.
And then all the boys are sort of looking around. He was like, oh, fair enough, but fuck, come on.
Yeah, you can't double down now. You've got to go through it.
Yeah, all right. And then, we played Richmond at the Gabba and I kicked the goal and I sort of had a bit of a face-off with Liam Baker. We were going back and forth.
I got a boner over that.
And at this time, Richmond had the wood over us, you know. We're finally beating him. Vegas is going on the bench like, fuck, why is he having a face-off?
Yeah.
You know, like, we're just adding fuel to the fire. Like, these guys have got the wood over us. Don't give him any more ammo.
He's big on that, isn't he?
No,
he hates
big.
giving it to anyone like the slim flicker of hope.
Very big. And I think, like, I realised when after I'd done that, a few boys sort of, like, Jackson Pryor was on the bench. He sort of gone like, fuck, mate. Like, set him off.
Yeah.
I thought, fuck.
Because he'd be thinking like, oh, mate, if you give them, like, if you're rubbing in their face and they get like a little some out of that, he'll be coming for you down the race after
they
game.
They were still that potent team.
Yeah,
hadn't quite got him yet.
I remember that game wholeheartedly.
So I'd done that, and then after the game, we won. He come around, he shake the boys' hands. Well done, well played. Before he could even shake my hand, I went, "Oh, Fags, sorry for the goal celebration, mate." The first one. He said, "Yeah, are we about that as a footy team?" And I was like, "Nah." I was like, "I don't know what got into me." He's like, "Yeah, I don't need you carrying on like that, right?" Like,
shit.
And then he's, "Yeah, but."
Yeah, but he always does that. He would always do that.
Well played.
He'd still give you a slap, but then straight away, that's the best thing about him. Straight away, he'd be like, "Yeah, but good game though." Like,
he
just trying to set a standard.
do that. So I mean, mine were a bit sort of self-inflicted in a way. One I was sub, and then the other was I was carrying on for a goal celebration.
Yeah.
And, but not too bad over my career.
That's
was
pretty
about
good.
It.
That's pretty good.
He just said, "Fucking, why are you having a face-off for?"
Don't get in Liam Baker's face.
So anyway,
I love that moment.
How about you?
I've had a couple. So obviously, I've had a few coaches in my career. I've had Moldhouse, Ratton, Lepage, and then Fags. Probably the biggest ones.
Who sits at the top?
Oh, Moldhouse for sure. He fucking hated me, man. Like, I was a whipping boy for sure at the Blues in his time. Oh,
He's old
Mickey
school,
Milkshake's
bro.
Moldhouse. Yeah, he was. And fair enough. Like, he singles out players who he thinks can take it. Yeah. So I do respect that. He never sprayed like some little crybaby bitch. There's always someone who thought he could get the best out of if they like react to it in an on-field way.
Yeah.
But there's one time at Gold Coast, I just came back from injury or suspension. And I was playing pretty good. And we're playing against Gold Coast and we were only just beating him at like quarter time or whatever it was. And I reckon he's given me a bigger spray for like 4 minutes. They had to call him in from my spray, and there's footage of it. They had to call him in from my spray to the huddle because he was still going. He was just following me around, and I wasn't going too bad. I don't know the stats and stuff. I probably had like 7-something touches in the first quarter. But whatever it was, he just followed me around. His eyes, I knew he was coming straight for me. He was just like, he was on. I was like, fuck, here we go. And I was
scary.
like, oh, he is pretty scary when he gets going. He's just, I was his eyes down, looking around, like trying to make eye contact. Yep, sorry, mate. Yep, okay, I'll be better. Yep. Sprayed me like that. And then I was like smashing him in the end, but he just didn't like that we started shit.
Yeah.
The other one was where Eddie had, I think we were playing the Kangaroos. I can't really remember, but it was half time. He brought everyone in. We might have been losing, and they weren't going too good at the time, I don't think. And he just teed off on me, man, like in front of the whole group. I was singled out first.
Yeah.
And he's gone, Robbo, did you bring your shovel? Because you fucking need to clean your shit up after that contest. And I was just like, oh, man, I'm known for my hardness. I don't remember this contest.
Yeah,
but I was like head down shitting him. I must have shit him. I don't know what happens. And he's like, and you acting like you fucking chase hard with your shoulders up around your earlobes. And I was like,
dude,
you know my running style.
When I wasn't playing games and I would watch you, you'd run to the bench like a turtle in a shell, like breathing on the side.
It's my fatigue thing. Like, I've no neck
bro.
Robinson.
No neck.
I copped it all my life, but like literally, I would have been chasing this bloke, like giving him my all, but I looked like I probably wasn't catching him, and I was like, probably looked like I was taking the piss.
Yeah.
But I was fucking
That's
fingering
when
it.
I knew you were fingered, is when you've got no neck.
Yeah, no neck Robinson pops out, but that was like the first time I've had a big spray. Like I've had like a lot of sprays. Like, come on, you're doing shit. Like you've only had a couple tackles, or you've only done so much in the game. The stats thing always gets. We don't care about stats, but fuck. If you're not touching the ball, you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
But there's some great ones. I've even seen some like the funny things. I think it was like fake, but like Rodney Eade. Have you heard about that one when he's like spraying someone?
To Minson.
Yeah, to Minson. That
Get
is
him
a
off. Rocket, we can't hear. Get him off.
Yeah, that's the funniest shit.
No, that is good.
I've seen a couple of VFL level where blokes. When I was playing VFL in Tassie, Darren Cresswell threw some players fucking clipboard things out the window.
Oh, yeah.
Threw their badges out the window, and they didn't play for us a year. So I remember there's always something in the VFL. Local footy's the worst, though.
Yeah, definitely at top level, like, it's fucking intimidating.
Yeah.
But always looking back at it with the boys, it is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
And trying to reenact it is so funny.
There's been some funny ones too. I remember someone told me one recently about one of the boys. I can't remember, but it happens a lot in footy, but more so local footy because there's no cameras there. Yeah. But they're the funniest ones. The pump up speeches.
They can go
and
shove
their
solo where the sun doesn't shine.
It's that time of the year, mate, where everybody's busting their asses in pre-season. The rigs are looking good. They're getting paid to be fit. That's the best thing about this because you get paid to bust your ass. It's not comfortable. It's hard.
It's hard.
But your rig turns out amazing, especially in the Queensland environment. You're getting the tan on the weekdays when you're not training. Oh, Dane Zorko, for example, career best tan every time, every preseason.
Very good as well.
I don't know. Test that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's playing great footy and his rig looks amazing. But it's that time of year, man. And I felt a little bit weird searching for some of these photos, but I went through every AFL club's Instagram, and I found the photos of who I thought's looking really good this preseason. Yep. So this is top 5 best AFL rigs. Number 5, it obviously comes as no shock. It is the boy from Sydney, Isaac Heaney. Now he is looking scrum-dilly-umptious here. Look at that, Matho. He's pretty rigged up. He's got the shirt around his neck, the blonde hair. He just oozes Sydney, and he's rigged. He's like nearly number 1 poster boy for looks, physique, and skill in the AFL.
Sure.
That's him at number 5. Number 4 is Dylan Shields, the old-timer. Now, he is looking pretty good too, I'm not going to lie. And he's down at Essendon doing his thing. This photo isn't too revealing, but I can just tell with that shirt off that he'd be absolutely rigged up. He would have the abs popping.
He always has throughout his career.
Always has. Especially GWS looked good.
He was good.
All the GWS boys are pretty good.
Yeah, they are actually.
But yeah, he's an old-timer, but his whole career he's been probably top 5 in the AFL of rigs. At number 3, it is a new person, and beg the pun, new Jai Newcomb. Now, he is probably one of the AFL's most improved players. And look at this photo. He has veins popping out of his penis. That's how strong he looks. He's he's had the haircut. He's looking pretty good. He's down at the Hawk Tours where they're flying at the moment. Preseason started. He's jacked.
Yeah, man.
He's been in the gym all offy, and
he's where he first started to now, his photos
the transition photos.
Sick. Yeah, I reckon he'd have a good one.
He's going to have another great year, I reckon, in the AFL, but he's going to be that guy who's Bailey Smith level. If he gets close to a brownie, I reckon he'll be right there. But I don't know, his face is good enough to be that guy, but his rigs is popping. And at number 2, I don't think this guy is ever not going to be in the top 2 of the AFL whilst he's still playing. It is Fremantle's own Jaeger O'Meara. Now, another bloke who's come from another club, but he's throughout his whole career, he has been just a God's given physique. Yeah. He is looks strong as shit, good runner. He's just got muscles popping left, right, and center. But he's definitely one of those guys he sells memberships for sure. From day one. Yeah. Attractive bloke, great rig, and yeah, I'm sure he'd be doing them left, right, and center if he's single. And number 1, it's no surprise, it is Bailey Smith in the new colours down at Geelong. I think he might have lost a little bit of size. I don't know because he's had a year off.
He's looking a bit more trim.
He's looking a bit more trim, but he's got the locks. He's got the mullet, the muscles. At a new club, I don't think he's single anymore, but he's rig, face, demeanour, aura, everything at the moment. He would have sold probably 50,000 memberships already down Geelong. So that's my top 5. The boringest time of the year for AFL fans, and we know why. There's nothing going on. Even AFLW is finished now. Fuck you, Kangaroos, for beating Brisbane. What it is. But I had a little think in my head, what teams in the bottom 8 next year could potentially make finals in 2025? As it stands, you need about 13 wins to make the 8. That's what Carlton finished on. They finished 1 game ahead of about 3 or 4 other clubs. And a lot of teams in the bottom 8 have recruited. So my assessment is Collingwood's definitely going to make the finals. Mm-hmm. I think if they stay healthy, which they didn't this year, had injuries coming out left, right and centre. They've recruited a couple of good players. Houston, all those guys. Houston who? Houston? Perriman.
Fucking Tim Membry.
Tim Membry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've recruited well. And I think that they're a team that don't sleep on. They're a chance to be in the grand final next year. They're like the gun team. Stay healthy, get there. Now, our good mate, Benny Cole, he has not shut the fuck up all trade period. Even since they didn't make finals, he's been talking about next year. We get our spine, we get Pierce back, we get Tracy. What's the fuck? Was it Tracy? Tracy.
Shai Bolton.
They got Shai Bolton now. He thought they were going to get every trade under the sun. They got Shai Bolton, Liam Baker.
Liam Baker went to West Coast.
Oh, who else they got? They got Shai Bolton. They got the other Richmond bloke.
No, Jack Aaron went to West Coast too.
Oh, fuck. Who did they get then?
Shai Bolton.
Oh, they got Shai. Is that all? Oh, fuck. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. They probably won't make the 8 next year. Like, Shai Bolton's a gun player, but you can only do so much.
Well.
If they get healthy, who knows? But that's the only team that I really see in there. Do you want to look at the bottom 8 and see what goes from there? Because the rest of the 8, I really don't fucking know. We'll bring up the top 8 and what it looks like at the moment.
I mean, it's a tough period to know. We're only actually 60 days out to the community series.
Really?
So it's coming around. Hang in there with us. Footy will be back. We'll have some more things. It's about 2 months, February.
60 days,
so
brother.
We're going to grind for you guys to get us there.
Yeah.
But,
we'll kick in our content. We'll try our hardest, but there's not much going on. But 60 days.
So hold on. We're 2 months from the community series where we get to watch the young guns run around for the first time.
Don't worry about Christmas. It's 60 days when Fremantle play the Indigenous All-Stars.
That is also happening. So don't forget that one.
So that's the bottom 8 there. You got Collingwood, who just missed out by Bees Dick. They had no players all year. Fremantle on 10th. Essendon 11th. St Kilda 12th. 13th Gold Coast, 14th Melbourne, 15th Adelaide, 15 West Coast. 15 Adelaide, 16 West Coast, 17 North Melbourne, 18 Richmond. So let's just knock out the ones that won't make the 8.
Look, there won't be. I think, and we never know because there's always surprises. But I don't think there'll be too much shuffled around with the bottom 8. Mm-hmm. I mean, your only chances really I see in there are Collingwood, Fremantle, and. Look, you'd hope better from Melbourne, but...
I just don't know what... They've got such a good team. Stop being shit.
You just don't know what you're going to get. So, if I'm picking a team to get in there, look, it's hard to go past Collingwood with who they've picked up.
Yeah.
And if they stay healthy, they'll get in there. And
the top 5 plays finals next year.
Yeah.
Top 5.
And, Carlton have recruited well.
Yeah, okay.
But... Again,
so Sydney, Port, Geelong, GWS, Brisbane, all playing final next year. Bulldogs, Hawthorn, Carlton. I don't know where they're going to finish.
I'm worried about Port.
I have been for years. They keep finishing.
But they keep and I'm always worried for some reason. But for me to drop out I'd have to say it'd be Carlton or Port.
Yep.
Even though Carlton have recruited well, I just don't think they've shown enough yet.
Yeah.
And that's just from what I've seen. They would have been disappointed with last year.
It's a prelim loss that fucked them and they didn't make finals.
Yeah, so, Collingwood is a definite. I reckon we'll jump in for someone and Fremantle are going to have their chance.
Yeah. I just want to... Okay, so I feel the same way. I feel like Collingwood and Freo. Collingwood definitely, Fremantle potentially, like that's the next best. I don't see Essendon and Kilda getting close.
No.
Gold Coast, a few good recruits, Rioli, yada yada. Melbourne, you just never know with those blokes. I can't
I
trust
think
them.
if Melbourne get there, they can finish 8th.
Yeah, exactly.
They scrape in.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know why. Their list is good, but I don't know why.
The Hawk Tours, I have a little worry around them because they had a great year, played some good finals footy, lost against Port in a game, a pretty close game. I feel like Hawks, they rode that wave of emotion, like just getting on that roll and going for it. Can that happen again? I don't know. They're still pretty young. They've got some good recruits coming in. They're the ones that they could either go both ways. They could stay on that trajectory and do well, or they could just shit the bed, get ahead of themselves, and the whole media world's gone after them by being too arrogant.
I think I'm going to disagree with you there.
Love it!
With the Hawthorn, I was at Brizzy when we finished 15th and then come second.
Yep.
And then from that point on,
Yep.
it was just
It was smooth sailing.
It just
We
all
keep
happened
finishing
like
top
that.
2.
And
We
I
keep
believe
fucking
because
losing.
they're such a young team, that last year's just a confidence boost for them to finish up higher.
Yep. So who do you think's going to be in the top 8 from the bottom 8? Who's going to take a big step? I know, it's whoever's your team, you're going to talk shit and say, oh yeah, they've recruited this well and they've done this. Da, da, da. I know you're going to say that, but let's be realistic. I don't.
Who comes out, who goes in?
Yeah, I like that. Who comes out, who goes in?